Welcome back to the Joust About Careers podcast, where you can learn about careers from the people who are actually doing the work every day. I'm your host, Brian Brott, and this week's highlights feature Tori Bookwalter, a 2017 Van Buren graduate who is the social media coordinator for the National Hockey League's Florida Panthers. The highlights focus on how a typical day looks for Tori, the social media platforms she uses in her career, why she chose to pursue a social media career instead of becoming a journalist, and much more. If you want to learn more about Tori's career journey, you can always watch or listen to her full interview. And if you find this podcast useful, please share it with someone else who could benefit from it. Enjoy the highlights, and I'll see you back here next week for a brand new episode.
So my day-to-day is, honestly, I don't have one. Every day is a little bit different for me, and that's kind of what I was looking forward to when I was going into sports, because, there's always something new happening or something new to cover. But yeah, in season, my day-to-day is pretty much just getting ready for games, preparing videos, graphics. I'm posting all day long on our social media channels. I do all of our photography. I edit all of our videos. So it's a pretty hectic day, and no day is the same. But as you can imagine, I do work really, really long hours. So yesterday we actually had a game, and I'm in the office at 9 a.m. and our game starts at 10 p.m. because we're on the West Coast. So that means I'm in bed at like 2, and I get back up and go to work the next day. So you really have to love being in this career, and I do, which I'm fortunate to. But yeah, no day is the same. But honestly, that's kind of exciting for me. So obviously we have the main big ones, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. And we have all of those for all of our main Florida Panthers channels. But there's a team of 2, so it's me and my boss. We're running our foundation, all of those platforms. We're running our retail, all of those platforms. We're running, like, we help the players actually with their with their social media strategy sometimes. So not only are we doing all those platforms for our main channels, but we're also running everything that comes in the company as well. So there's a lot to be doing every day. And I know sometimes people ask, like, oh, what could you be doing? Social media can't be that hard, but you never realize how big and broad the scope is of everything that we do every day. Like, we have to consider everything from PR to hockey ops to legal. There's a lot of things that we can't do, and a lot of trends that we can't hop on, and a lot of copywritten stuff that we're not allowed to use without getting sued. Right. So again, it goes back to that creativity and just trying to work around all the different obstacles for all those different platforms, because they all do really need different content, and you just have to know, this might perform well on these channels or probably not these ones, but let's try and see. And now we know that they do or don't. It was around, I'd say, my junior year that I kind of figured out that really wasn't what I wanted to do, because journalism is so black and white, and as I said earlier, I'm a very creative person, and it wasn't fulfilling exactly what I wanted to do. So I got an internship in the athletic department as in like a sports information intern. So I was kind of just updating stats and notes for men's soccer. And then the time came where the men's swim and dive contact quit, and they promoted me. And that was such a cool opportunity, because that is so hands-on and doing all of their, writing, all of their social, all of pretty much everything that you can think of that goes into that team I was doing.
Mhm.
And that is kind of what opened my eyes to doing social media, because it was just so much fun. Like I got to be so creative, and everything that went on the social channels was because of me, or because I had that idea, or because I produced it. And I just thought that that was so cool. So after that, I started focusing a lot more on social media and maybe marketing, because that's also a very creative avenue. But that's kind of when it hit me, this is me being in sports, but also me getting to utilize the things that I know I want to do in a career. And so, yeah, that's kind of how I got into social media. It was completely by accident, honestly, just because I wanted to experience different things from journalism. So I just got, a random internship in the athletic department, and look where it led me.
Right.
So I always tell people, don't say no to an opportunity just because you don't think maybe it's relevant, or maybe it's not exactly what you want to do, because you never know what you're going to learn about yourself, or things you do or don't want to do from those opportunities. And you can just take so many skills away from everything. You're never going to have an opportunity where you're not going to take something away from it, whether good or bad. So yeah, I think that was like the really pivotal point in my career. When I was working for the Orange Bowl, actually, they were located in Miami Lakes, which is probably 30 minutes away from where the Panthers are. Um, and it was a postgraduate internship. So it was from August to February. It was just 6 months long. And after that, it was up to me to figure out where to go, what to do. Um, I got lucky enough that when I was done with that internship, the Panthers had just posted the social media coordinator position. And I'm going, wow, this is what luck. This is written in the stars. So with my time working at the Orange Bowl, we had done a lot of things with the Panthers, just because we're trying to market ourselves. It's a college football playoff year. We have a playoff game. So we're trying to do everything we can in the community to get people interested in the game. So we did a lot of things at the Panthers, and the first time I was ever at the Panthers arena, I was in the mascot, Obi. I was the mascot. And I was walking, I was on the ice doing a game with our mascot, Stanley C. Panther, on the ice, no handler, just me in an orange. So I had met the marketing team that way, just being like, oh, hi, I'm here to do Obi, whatever, whatever.
Right.
So I didn't really accumulate those relationships at the time. They were just kind of people that I knew. But when I went to apply for this job, the people who I worked with at the Orange Bowl, who knew those people pretty well, vouched for me, and they sent them emails, and they told them, hey, she applied for this job. I think she'd be really good for X, Y, and Z reason. And I think that had a big impact, just having somebody to vouch for you that knows those people. And I always tell people, networking externally is great, but I think networking internally is just as important. I don't actually think that college is really the number one thing you need to be doing for social media. I work with two guys who didn't go to college, and they're at my level and beyond. They're doing just fine with the experiences that they've had. The biggest thing in social media, honestly, is experience. You need to have something to show for yourself, and you need to have proof of, I have these assets, and I know how to do this, and I've run this platform, or I've, XYZ. The biggest thing in social media really just is experience. A lot of the people I went to college with now do the same thing, and they were PR majors or marketing majors or broadcast journalism. We all just knew we wanted to go into sports. So I honestly don't think there's one degree that's better than the other one for social media specifically. I think journalism really helped me nail down copywriting and nail down, good headlining, stuff like that. But marketing, those people learn how to I don't know, market to big groups and how to catch the attention of big groups and PR, what to and what not to say. So I think anywhere, in the communication scope is what you should target, but I don't think there's one avenue that you need to take in order to get there.
Thank you for making the Joust About Careers podcast part of your day. I hope you learned valuable information from this career story, and to be sure you don't miss upcoming episodes, please click subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform so you'll know when the next episode is released. Thank you for spending a portion of your day with me, and as always, come back next week to learn even more just about careers.